We can talk about the biggest announcement from Gamescom a couple of weeks ago was the announcement of the secret level show. It is a entirely kind of love, death, and robots style show, literally a kind of like anthology style type thing from the team behind Love, Death, and Robots for a 15 episode show about different stories from the PlayStation universe and the PlayStation family of IPs. So stories will include Armored Core, Concord, Dungeons and Dragons. I'm about to say there's some Mega Man in there, there's some New World, some Pac-Man, there's a bunch of other stuff. Sifu, Spelunky, Outer Worlds, Unreal Tournament, Warhammer, that and more. There's just a bunch of video game stories. So not specifically PlayStation, my fault for the correction, but a bunch of stories from the video game universe, more adult themed, more Love, Death, and Robot style, coming to our eyeballs. When? How do you feel?
I am excited. I love Death and Robots is probably one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Specifically, the first season was
fantastic amazing. Show.
Yeah, no, phenomenal show. Am I excited for them to take this into the video game space? 1,000%, 1,000,000%, if that. I think they're gonna do great. I saw, as soon as I saw the Warhammer thing, I was already locked in. I 1,000% was locked in. Then I saw Kratos, and like part of me felt like, how much of this is actually gonna be like I was so confused because I'm like, how much of this is gonna be regular like video games, and how much of this is gonna be like things that have to do with actual trailers, like actual not trailers, but actual things that are going on in the world. Because I remember I saw Kratos, and in my mind,
he was on a
my mind saw it.
That motherfucker was in Brooklyn. I was like, what?
I saw it and I was like, dog, what's going on? Like, I was like, is this a trailer for a new game? Like, this is kind of bananas when you really think about it. But yeah, no, I'm locked in. I'm all for this. This is amazing. This is kind of low key what we needed though. Because I don't think every game needs its own series, right? I don't think every game needs Arcane, but I do think games would benefit from having like just a space where you can, hey, I'm gonna show you guys this little part of Wukong that you're not gonna get in the game, or a little side story that of a character that you enjoyed. We want to flesh them out again. Like, it's just small things like that I think would be really beneficial to certain IPs. And the fact that they're doing like a lot of good big IPs, it's great. I love the collaboration. Like, I'm happy that they're able to work together to some extent, Bro. And honestly, like, if it doesn't work out with them, like I also hope there's no like exclusivity or any kind of like
I don't think there necessarily is, because again, they have PlayStation titles, they have Mega Man, they have Pac-Man I saw in there, Sifu. So there's a lot of different studios in there, not just PlayStation specific brands, which is great.
Yeah, no, and like that's the biggest thing is like, as long as nobody's hogging the ball and letting a lot of others, like, because I would hate for like Xbox not to be able to make a Halo episode or something because of some weird dumb contracting rules or whatever, like, let's let this become a thing about love, because it helps everybody. The moment it becomes another marketing tactic to undercut the other team, that's when things start to get dicey.
100%. I feel like PlayStation did get a first mover's advantage on this, but I feel like it's not closed off to everybody else, which is good. Again, we see there's a whole line of brands, and then out of all of them, I see New World to turn around. Like, Amazon, listen, y'all niggas not slick. Y'all are not slick, bro. We know y'all are putting your own shit there, all right, bro? I'm not tapped into New World like that no more. But I see what y'all doing. But outside of that, this is one of those times where I gotta smack the golden buzzer. This is a perfect idea for video games. This is a perfect fucking idea. This is the pairing of one of the most visceral, coolest animated shows we've ever seen in Love, Death, and Robots. And there's so many stories in the gaming universe that you can pair up with this studio, with these minds, and make magic. So many great things can come from this. I think this is a high potential to succeed. I cannot wait for Secret Level. I'm in. There's no, I have no other words except I'm in for this. And I have a question. One out of all these shows, out of all these ones, out of everything you saw in that trailer, what's the one that's like you want to see the most? What's that one episode you want to see the most?
So and this is an interesting one. Obviously, the Warhammer one is probably my number one, right? I'm not super pressed about the Warhammer one, and the only reason I say this is because I know Henry Cavill has a Warhammer show coming out, so it's a franchise I know is gonna get love. Mega Man is really interesting to me as well, mostly because like I would love for Capcom to see the potential of the IP, and I know they know the potential, but I want them to, but I don't think they know the extent of it, and I would love for like, I hope those numbers are being shared with the studios. Like, yo, this is your episode did this, your episode did this. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if I'm playing, if I am Santa Monica, I don't care how much Mega Man did. The God of War episode, right? Like, I hope that is more important. Like, these people are seeing the love for these franchises. But I am also interested in the Concord one now, because it's like, now it's kind of like out of its time, if that makes sense. It's not present. It's something that you can't access, and I want to see if we missed out on something cool. You know, I want to see if we missed out on something great. I would love for them to have an episode in there though. Like, if there's a game in there that doesn't have that has an episode but we don't see it in the trailer, because that's another thing that I thought of. Like, what if they didn't show us all of it, right? What if they didn't show us every single franchise that was in it?
I thought I saw V from Cyberpunk in there, but I could be wrong. I thought I saw V at some point in that trailer, but again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, folks. But yeah, I could be wrong.
Yeah, like if we're getting a bunch of different things, I would absolutely love if we got an Overwatch episode. And I'm not even a huge Overwatch fan, but like the people have been asking for this.
Come on now.
For years. And it would just make sense if they actually came through and said, you know what, here's a full 30-minute, because some of the cutscenes are damn near 30 minutes. They might as well just make an episode out of it. But we'll see what happens with them. But all in all, it looks like a really, really fun show. You know damn well I'll be watching it. I might rewatch all of Love, Death, and Robots. And it's not even connected to it, but I might rewatch that just to get the
style down, just to get the palette ready, you know?
Exactly.
100. And before I close this out, I will say the one episode I'm looking forward to, Sifu.
That looks really good.
I need it. Oh my gosh, to fuel my love and potential desire for a sequel, and just because the fact that Sifu's a dope ass world and I love martial arts shit, so I need that. That's my number one pick. Number two, honestly, is Concord, for the fact of I want to see how people receive that IP after the fact that it just kind of tanked in like 2 weeks. I want to see what that looks like. But yeah, we'll see, man. Secret Level, fantastic idea. Probably the best video game adaptation idea I've seen yet, at least since doing this podcast.
Yeah. Nah, they kind of cooked.
Absolutely, man.